you're an entrepreneur. You know what you're doing.
Right.
But you don't know how, there's no exact structure. There's no A leads to B, B leads to C, repeat, A, B,
exactly.
C. It's more like A goes to Q, R, S. My mom's friends, and she was like, I laughed so hard, I peed on myself.
Oh, my God.
And she was like, I don't know how to wash these because my pants are sequined. So, and she came and closed the door. She was like, Dexter, you are too talented to just be back here doing this. You need to go off on your own. You're going to be great.
Wow.
And she's saying this. She hit me with one tooth. Like, there was teeth right there.
Oh, my God.
All the teeth was there except for the one in the front.
Oh, no.
And this one girl I remember like it was yesterday. She had like 6 props and she used sex toys. What? She had like 6 dildos and nobody was laughing.
Oh my, what was she doing with them?
She was just using them for jokes and like waving it around, but I had to pause and mute myself. I was on the floor hollering because nobody was laughing.
Is there such a thing as balance, or do we prioritize what's most important for the next leg of our careers and our lives? Today, I'm so excited to introduce you to a creative behind the curtain, a creative behind the camera, and a creative on stage, Dexter Fugerson, who is a very funny person. But for now, are you ready to get seriously creative? Thanks so much, Ferg, for being here. And I actually did not introduce Ruckus.
Hey, Ruckus, say what's up,
I feel like
Ruckus?
we have to, right?
Hey, say what's up to everybody, Ruckus. He's going to probably be licking me at the majority of the time and napping. You might hear him snore, too. He be snoring.
Yes.
It be loud.
I've heard him snore before, and it's real.
He sounds like a grown man. You be like, who is that? That's the dog snoring. And I'm glad to be here, though. This is amazing.
Happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
You're awesome. You're our producer. A lot of people don't get to see you, obviously, on the show, but they see you on every other platform because you are skyrocketing. You are extremely hilarious, and you're extremely humble. So I want to hear from you. Like, who is Ferg?
King Alfred. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Edgewood is where black and white culture clash together, and somebody somewhere is going to be doing some drugs they don't need to, but you're going to have a good night because someone's going to dodge your STD. Because black family members don't know what the hell being vegan is. I went to go to my aunt's house one time on Thanksgiving. She's like, baby, you still eating gay? Like, what? What you mean am I still eating gay? Look at you, built like an unscented candle. You talking about eating gay. You built awful right now. You got gout. You got everything they talk about in the black community on the podcast.
Money make the band sound great.
Yo, Ferg, what up?
Apparently, I'm like this genie person that you hear, but nobody knows until you meet me. Then it's like, oh, you're the guy. So apparently, I'm like a shadowy figure in the back. Shadowy figure. It sounds bad, but like I'm a figure that's just like people are like, oh, you the dude that everybody was in the thing that said the thing that, but you don't see him. But then when you meet him, like, oh, it makes so much sense.
That's dope.
It happens like that all the time, and it's I don't know what it means, but I'm doing something right. That's all I know.
Well, tell me. I mean, like, where did Ferg come from? You know, your name, you said, was Dexter to family, to everyone, and now people who meet you are like, who is Ferg?
Yeah, it's fun. My family doesn't know that my name has changed. It's funny. They'll come in town, and people, I'll show them around Atlanta, and people are like, what up, Ferg? And my uncles will be like, who is Ferg? That's my name. He's like, when did you become Ferg? I'm like, it's a long story, Unc, but I'm Ferg. But Ferg is basically a shorter version of my last name, Fugerson, and I just made it Ferg. And man,
how did that stick?
I don't know. It just started. Well, I had a rebrand before the pandemic. My social media handles were all D Ferg. It's just D for Dexter, last name Ferg, and I just took the D off, and I just was like, I'm Ferg. And people just started calling me that. It's people I've known for years that be like, they'll read Dexter. He was like, who is that? And I was like, that's me. Like, oh, that's you? I was like, I didn't even know that was your name. And they know me for like 5 years.
Same.
So, yeah, it's a weird place, but a great place to be in, though.
That's dope.
So,
I love it. And I know you have, speaking of your family, like a lot of familial influences, you know, like your mom, your uncle who I met and who is extremely hilarious too.
oh, he's crazy. Shouts out to Uncle Jude, crazy. So
He's great. He at every show, he's always almost riffing with you, which I think is so dope.
and I don't know why he does that because I don't tell him to do it. That's just how he is. He just doesn't care about rules. Rules don't matter to him.
I love it. And the cowboy hat matches, okay?
Normally he's dressed like he'll wear his biking uniform. He's always in all black and leathers and leather, black, and black. That's all you want to see him because he is a mechanic. He's been a mechanic all his life. So
I love it.
he races cars and goes drag racing. Good times.
You know, I mean, like, it seems like family is so important. And obviously, I know that family is formidable. But you mentioned something special even about your aunt and how she has helped to shape a lot of your story and your career. And what's the story behind that?
Yes. My auntie, may she rest in peace. My aunt, she was one of them people that, like, everyone has an aunt or somebody in their life that, like, no matter what you do, they always root for you. You're your number one fan. That was my aunt, my auntie Harriet. She was my number one fan. And, like, whatever I did, she was like, yeah, we gonna do this. Like, I was her own child. Like, I wasn't her child, but it was like my second mom.
Yeah.
But she just was like, yeah, my nephew gonna go do this. And she didn't care what it was. She laughing at all my jokes. Probably wasn't supposed to be laughing at it because they were probably all inappropriate. Because I don't know why my mind works like that. But my aunt, she actually helped me get to this place, like, because she showed me that I was funny. And she had cancer. And when I started doing comedy, I started making videos online. And every Monday I would drop a video. And I sent it to the family group chat, and my aunt was fighting cancer at the time, stage 4 lung cancer, and like she was delirious. She didn't know anybody's name, but she always knew that on the Monday that video coming through, and she would watch the video and laugh. And my mom would tell me, like, keep sending those videos. Those are things probably just keeping her alive and with us.
Wow.
Until she passed. She didn't even know her children's name, but she knew my name.
Wow.
And so that's how I knew. I was like, oh, she really, like, it was a different love. So she kept me going as far as comedy in the early years because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just running around Atlanta thinking you're supposed to go do open mics. Yeah. And be on the internet. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I mean, thinking about something so monumental, like, you know, what people experience when they experience, you know, someone who passes in the family and also still having to keep going at the same time. Yeah. And, you know, there is a new understanding that there is like no real balance in life and that at times we have to choose what's priority for like the moment or the day or years. And I'm curious, you know, with you pushing through and still navigating your comedic experience or career early on at that time when your aunt was here with us and, you know, still showing up for her and your family, how have you been able to achieve, you know, some sense of that balance to focus through that?
Achieving the balance, I don't think I'm doing a good job, to be honest with you, but I'm doing it. I think balance is just what you focus on. So if you have to focus on family for a short time, you do that. If you have to focus on your career, you have to do that. If you focus on your finances, you got to do that. It's all a juggling game. And I feel like it's hard for everybody, even yourself. Yeah. So I feel like it's just you got to focus on the things that you want to happen or you want to be in your life. Yeah. So I think that's the hardest part about finding balance. And even to this day, I don't find balance. It's just I'll just be like waking up and just be like, what I got to do today? Did I work out? Did I take care of myself physically, spiritually, emotionally? And if I did that, I feel like I can do anything.
That's dope. Do you feel like a lot of your experiences personally and from your family, like these great like places of inspiration, actually helps to enhance your comedy?
It definitely does. Because without those I would say traumatic things, and trauma isn't necessarily good or bad. Just something I know that happened that was like, this was crazy to me. Mm-hmm. I think those enhance it because it's real, it's authentic. I can't make it up. I just like, this is how I felt. This is what happened. And it helped shape me. Like my uncles, my family, all the stuff you go through, everybody sees as a negative growing up. Like your parents might have a divorce or something. Mm-hmm. That could be seen as a traumatic experience, and that could just be something that could help prepare you. I personally feel like I take negatives or perceive negatives, and I use it as fuel, and I just go ahead and gather up all the fuel and then just blast off to wherever I'm going next, and then you keep going.
That's the best way to do it, I think. I think everything that is a challenge and everything that feels superficially or on the surface like it's bad is technically is good. It is exactly what you need to learn for the next season of life. Yep. And those are skill sets, or those are, competencies. Like it's going to give you resilience. It's going to help you navigate it at a greater scale. And,
it definitely is.
I think you have been able to experience a lot of good too. I mean, on the other side of that, with your experiences in comedy. Tell me about it, like some of your highlights of your career, even, before you were on the stage as Ferg as we know him today.
I think it's certain times that I'm like, oh, I'm doing something right. It's like three times I think I realized I was doing something wrong. One, when I had started off and I was at Tyler Perry Studios, and we would have these production meetings, and they would be like, hey, put Dex on stage. And then the people that was running like, no, don't do that, because we don't know what he's going to say, and we haven't even prayed yet.
We haven't prayed.
Yeah, and he's going to say something crazy, real loud, and everybody's going to be like, what's wrong with you? So that was one. My second was, I don't know, maybe it was just so surreal, I don't believe it, but it was like when Kev on Stage, I had to do Rising Stars with Kev on Stage.
Dope.
To me, so it just felt like it was just like, it's cool. I'm about to do a show. But to my family, they was like, Kev on Stage? I'm like, yeah. But I didn't, that was one. It just let me know I was doing it right. And then the third one would be, when I realized that, like, when I went back home and did a show and everybody was so proud of me, and this lady came up to me, one of my mom's friends, and she was like, I laughed so hard I peed on myself.
Oh, my God.
And she was like, I don't know how to wash these because my pants are sequin. So that let me know that I was doing something right. I was like, this lady peed on herself. She paid money to come pee on herself. And I'm okay with that. That's how I felt good. But I'm sorry. And there's another one, Dreamville Fest. The second time I did it, because that was the one I realized I did it right, because my grandmother, like how we talk about loss, the same day I had to perform at Dreamville Fest, my grandmother had passed the same exact day, like on the drive from Atlanta to Raleigh, and like that it hit me as one of those things that I'm just sitting there like, this. You know how like in some sort of bios, everybody's like, you got to have a sacrifice, like something, your life has a sacrifice. That was one of them. I was like, oh, this is one of those ones that in everyone's life, I feel like you sacrifice certain things. And like, you just realize like, dang, grandma was here. She saw me go through all of this stuff, and now she's gone. And it kind of lit a fire under me. And it kind of let me realize like, oh, I got to do it for her. And ever since then, I've been just running and doing.
Yeah.
So
that is beautiful. I think that's super powerful. And it's also a testament to you celebrating yourself even when it's tough to. Because I know we were talking about it, going back to Tyler Perry Studios, knowing that you have done something good and knowing when it's time for the next thing.
Yeah.
You left Tyler Perry Studios, which seems to a lot of people like a phenomenal opportunity. You get to work in the industry, right? But you knew when it was time to take the leap. And tell me about that. Like, what was it like to navigate outside of what seems like maybe like a structured environment, with resources, but doing it for yourself because you knew it was time? What was that like?
The realization was when I kind of saw the writing on the wall. I was like, all right, I feel like, I remember the day this white lady with one tooth that was working
oh my gosh.
This is not a joke. Okay. This really happened. I'm not making this up.
Okay.
I was working in production in accounting, and I was in there. Most people don't know that accountants are crazy. that whole everybody that does accounting is crazy. It seems like it's regular, but it's not. But I was always working on other stuff that I was producing outside of, working at Tyler Perry. And they would see me, and they would see all the stuff I was doing. And this lady came to me, and I was getting paper out the closet, and she came and closed the door. She was like, Dexter, you are too talented to just be back here doing this. You need to go off on your own. You're gonna be great.
Wow.
And she's saying this. She hit me with one tooth. Like there was teeth right there.
Oh my God.
All the teeth was there except for the one in the front.
Oh no.
And she's like, shouts out to Kim. I don't know where you are, Kim.
Oh no.
Shouts out to you, Kim Krogstad. I remember your name because she came to the show and they brought like vegetables to throw if I wasn't funny. They brought organic tomatoes to throw at me.
To throw away?
Organic tomatoes was like $7.
Oh my
I was like, you paid $14 of tomatoes to throw that you wasn't about to throw. So yeah, that was one of those ones where I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to. And then also it's a privilege too to be in there when I was able to like pitch shows to them before I left. Like I knew I was leaving. I was like, I have these things I've been working on. Can I show you these? Wow. And I showed them to the president at the time. Wow. Shouts out to Michelle. And she was like, well, these don't align with what we got going, but this does. So she would be like, so they kind of like, they took me in. They're still family over there. Everybody that I was a PA with probably now execs over there. Wow. So it's amazing to see that you're like, oh yeah, I remember we was both making only $850 a week. And now look at you now. That's amazing. So.
That is amazing. I feel like you have a lot of experiences, and I know a lot of us do too, where you're going through something like a shift and a navigation of like a hard time or a challenge, right? But you're still showing up. And I think a lot of us right now, especially in the world, there's just a lot of stuff going on.
Tons.
There's a lot going on right now. And it's hard for people to really know how to show up and where to show up and where to place their energy and spend their time, especially in our careers, which is the quality of our life, a large factor in how we feel we can show up. And so I know a lot of people don't know this about you, but you were also married during the pandemic. And this may be your first time talking about it out loud or externally.
I've said it a bunch of times.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about what it feels like to go through the pandemic, number one, as a creative, especially one where you engage with people in person. There was a shift there. And then also getting married and navigating through a new relationship during the pandemic where a lot of people are navigating through that too. And how you chose to show up for yourself in your career. What was that like?
I don't know. To me, when it happened, it was surreal. Like the pandemic, for one, was surreal because I was touring, doing college shows. Wow. And then like we were watching the news and like, wow, all these places are shut down. And we were like in Maryland. I remember that's the last school we did. And it was like showing everybody in New York City getting carried out that was dying. Wow. And then next thing, cancer tour. So we just in Atlanta now, just like sitting now. And then the fact that you're newlywed, all of this stuff is happening. I can't work because my work requires people to talk to each other and physically be around each other. So it was a crazy time, and then going through a divorce in the middle of that was even crazier because now I'm like, what am I about to do? So I just figured it out, like, and I used what I went to school for, my natural abilities, like to produce and to create for like companies and others, and it got me through. Like I created podcasts for people, stream shows. I actually made I made a TV show with the homie. Shouts out to Lilo. Made a farming TV show. We shot it during the pandemic, and we pitched it to Tyler Perry Studios, and they gave us the green light for a pilot episode and another one. Never got picked up. Y'all definitely need to check that out. Y'all need to revisit that. I'm just letting y'all know.
We're going to drop it in the show notes.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I need to revisit that because it was a great idea. We even got 2 Chainz on it for free.
Wow.
Shouts out to Chainz.
Yeah.
For even popping in on us, which was crazy.
That's so dope.
Yeah, man. Like the stuff that has happened during, and I was flat broke. So if anybody feel like you can't do things without money, you can do whatever you want. You just have to focus on it and surround yourself with people that have the same mindset as you.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that happened during that times. When I had zero money, when I say zero money, I mean, if you were to take a picture of me every day getting in my car, you'd be like, where is he going? Like, there's no, first of all, I'm in a Nissan Altima. All my headlights are out, except for one high beam. And I'm trying, one high beam. I'm running around Atlanta I'm doing comedy, same time. I'm doing these social distancing shows that are like people outside with masks on. They got a seat 6 feet apart, so everybody's spread apart. We can't see you laughing.
Wow.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And we're doing Zoom comedy shows where we go on Zoom and you watch people die on the Zoom.
Wow.
It's
really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So you know how you have a meeting on Zoom? They would have like a bunch of people pay tickets.
Yeah.
To like sit and watch y'all tell jokes.
Right.
But it's just you on the screen.
Yeah.
And that's weird. First of all, comedy is about energy. You can't really feel that energy. Seeing a lot of people die on
what
on
do
the
you
Zoom.
mean die?
Like they weren't funny. Like it was bad.
I'm thinking about COVID. I'm like, you see the people that
die
you
like
fall
that.
out?
I've seen a lot of people just do terrible on a Zoom.
Oh man.
And they had props, and I remember I don't know how this is gonna go, but this one girl I remember like it was yesterday. She had like 6 props and she used sex toys. What? She had like 6 dildos and nobody was laughing.
Oh my, what was she doing with them?
She was just using them for jokes and like waving it around, but I had to pause and mute myself. I was on the floor hollering because nobody was laughing. I was like, you brought all these colorful dildos out here and nobody is laughing. Man, I was like, yo, nobody's gonna believe me that this woman just bombed with all of these sex toys. On a Zoom. And that's how it was to be a comic.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah, that's how it was being a comic during the pandemic because you couldn't physically go anywhere or you'll go to a studio and we'll shoot. Like Kevin on stage did his social distancing sets where he would have you have to sit, you have mask on and it was only a certain amount of people could come into the studio. We did shows here in Atlanta. We did a show. I think, was we the first ones to do the car show? So we did drive-through. You know how you drive through movies?
Yeah.
We did drive-in comedy shows.
That's dope.
Yeah, and we had like vendors and everything. Like people like pulled up to us. T.I. pulled up on us. B. Simone.
Wow.
I think Desi came a couple times maybe. But we was the first people to like do that. I want to say in the United States.
Wow. I feel like that's a concept we need to definitely.
They definitely need to bring it back.
Bring back.
Cause it was amazing. Cause I didn't know that you could set your car and then you could watch us and you could hear us in your car. Yeah. And I was like, that's crazy that we can do that. And there was like food vendors and everything, and people was just having a good time. You know how Atlanta is. Yeah. But that was what's getting us through, and I just was doing stuff. Like I ain't had no money. I had money, but I ain't have enough to be doing extravagant things. But I was doing the things that I knew was going to lead me to where I wanted to go. So I was doing shows. I was producing for people, and not one, like some days I would have negative in my account, and I was okay with it. I had to be okay with where I was at because I know it wasn't going to last like that. So people, if you got negative in your account, it's okay sometimes. If you've done the work and you know the money is coming, it doesn't feel good to see the negative. Not gonna lie, I hate checking my account to see when you're like negative $200. You can go ahead and cash at me. Don't hit me in the Zelle. Don't Zelle it. Apple Pay me because I'm gonna be sad. I gotta eat tomorrow.
It's gonna take out everything. It might take away some of it, but it's not
like
gonna do
it hit like ha I took your money.
I took your money.
You be sad. You're like no.
That's happened to me a couple of times.
Oh my God, you'd be so hurt.
Now I know to check.
Man.
Should I Zelle?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do?
Should I Zelle?
I think that's an Atlanta thing. That gotta be an Atlanta thing because I don't go nowhere. It's like people like, Cash App, Apple Pay, which one will do? Zelle.
Zelle. Zelle doesn't have any fees. I mean, seriously, Zelle, we need to talk. We need to collaborate on something, okay? No fees. No fees.
Yeah, Venmo if you white, too. All the white people love Venmo.
I've dibbled and dabbled in Venmo.
They love a good Venmo. They definitely do.
I mean, but here's the thing, Ferg. Like, you are a comedic, right? I'm sorry. Let me say that again. Mm-hmm. You are a comedian. And so do you feel like it is easier to navigate through challenges and to laugh at them? Or are you really feeling, the gravity of it in the moment? Like, what is that like for you?
I feel it, but I don't necessarily react to it just because my defense mechanism off the rip is to be even. Because I grew up in a place where, like, I had a bunch of family members and when there's a bunch of different personalities, you can't be crazy. Because it's just everybody crazy. Yeah. They have the kind. I always remember everybody would come to me, like, when there was, like, they needed some sort of counsel. Even when I wasn't even the oldest one. Sometimes they'd be like, yeah, go see Dex. And then they'd be like, bro, what happened? And I'll be like, well, you should do this. And then they'd be like, okay. So I noticed that that's, like, I don't really physically act out when I feel it. I'll go work out and be like, I felt that energy. I don't want it on me. I'm going to go work out or do whatever I need to do to, let go of that energy. Yeah. And mine is to work out. So if I don't work out, I would probably be in the jail somewhere.
Yeah, like the day is off.
Oh, yeah, right? I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be grumpy. Like, am I grumpy today? I didn't work out. I didn't do a push-up today. But I feel everything, but I don't have to react to it. Because I feel like we all humans. We all feel everything, but what is the reaction going to do? Is it positive, negative? Is it going to push me forward or hinder me back because I don't know how to control or articulate how I feel? So once I figure that out, I just, I let it, I understand it. I feel it, but I just don't react to it. A lot of ladies have said I'm hard to read, and I'm like, I get it. I'm a Cancer, whatever that means.
Now, that's crazy because Cancers are usually very emotionally expressive.
See, I'm an entertainment Cancer, though. So we're different.
Cancer. What does that mean?
So we feel it, but we use the feeling and put it into whatever we making.
Your body of work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I.e. the intro to my album. Like, nobody's gonna expect me to cry.
Never. It's powerful. I listened to it twice, back to back. It was really. I mean, it's something really special when a comedian can move someone to feel that type of emotion. Yeah. I don't think I've seen it maybe once recently in Jamie Foxx special where he kind of, had the moment where he was telling everyone his story, what happened with, when he was sick. And, that was an emotional moment for him. And then he went right into his entire performance. But that's not something you see often.
Yeah, that's what my homeboys was telling me when I gave it to only a handful of people listened to it. And this is before I even edited it. And I when they called me back, they're like, dog. All they can say is like, he was like, I can't even express to you how I feel. I called my homeboy Lilo. He's like, bro, I love you, dog. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was like, for real? Me crying and saying all that wild stuff? Okay. I must be doing it right. So
that's so smart. I think it's a great way to help people recognize that you can experience a spectrum of emotions from pain and sadness to laughter and, joy. And that's almost like a power. I don't know if it's your brilliance. I'm going to let you tell me in a minute, but it's a power to allow people to experience many emotions in one space. And I think you even talked about this going back to Dreamville when, you had also experienced your grandmother passing, but you posted this video where I told you, wow, this is a gift because I was moved from, empathy to joy to happiness and then grounded right back into like understanding in like 60 seconds, a little bit more than 60 seconds. That is something I want to talk about. I mean, let's double click on that because people out there right now are in a limbo where either they're experiencing a challenge, they're trying to understand whether they should leave a space and go into something unknown. And I'm curious from your perspective, how do you know when to show up in that moment and what the moment requires or maybe expects of you? That's a better word. Versus showing up for yourself and taking a step back maybe from what's going on around you.
When you know that moment that you have to do is when you're scared as hell and you uncertain and you so scared that you don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. That's when you got to run through the door of fear and and slap the pane of the window, like, blah, like, I'm here, fear. But you still going to be scared.
Yeah.
You still going to be scared. Like, it's times that I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Every day I wake up and be like, I know I'm getting my rent paid. Mm-hmm. I figured out how, but I still don't know what I'm doing. I think nobody knows what they're doing, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You know what you're doing.
Right.
But you don't know how. There's no exact structure. There's no A leads to B, B leads to C, repeat, A, B,
exactly.
C. It's more like A goes to Q, R, S. Then we go to W. Then we go to T.
Yep.
Then we might go to the number 3. And then you be like, where did the 3 come from? And that might be the biggest blessing that you have just because it came out of nowhere. So I've learned that it's okay to be afraid, but as long as you prepared beforehand and you're open to things, even if it doesn't feel right and you ask questions, you should be fine. Wow. I think that's when I noticed, like, when you're scared and it raises your hair on your arms, like, okay, I'm a little scared. What happened?
Yeah. That's amazing. I don't know. I think it's a gift to be able to experience all of these emotions. Because I know you said you're entertainment cancer. That's we're going to have to coin that on the Creative Corporate. I'm on Behind the Creative, okay? We're going to have to coin that. You going to coin that?
You can, but look at all the entertainment cancers. 50 Cent is a cancer, and he gets everybody in their feelings.
Sense. Okay, that makes
Kevin
sense.
Hart,
okay.
Another one. Tom Hanks, another one.
That's crazy.
And if you think about it, you be like, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So I'll be like, oh, we're supposed to feel and give it to people.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Do you feel like you've had an exploration or like in evolution is a better word of finding your brilliance? Or do you feel like you knew what your brilliance was, like your niche, your special, your secret sauce, and you grew from that?
I actually knew early, but I didn't know that the sauce could get you paid. I didn't know the sauce. I just was doing it because I've always done it. Like, I've always, since I was a kid, like, I went to arts high school where I had to audition to get in. Yeah. I was actually a visual artist.
What?
Yeah, I could draw very well. I haven't drawn in years, but now I draw on computers. Same thing.
Okay.
It's just you switch it from one medium to the next.
That's amazing.
But like I've been making and shooting and making stuff since I was 15 on a computer and on the phone. So it wasn't like I knew, but it was like I did it so naturally that it didn't seem like that was what I was supposed to do. And then I realized, like, oh, this is something that is a gift or a skill that people really need help with. And then I knew it from there. And then I started seeing archetypes that remind me of myself on screen and on my phone. Like Donald Glover, I was like, oh, I am another version of that.
Wow.
Except, like, literally, I am another version of that, except I don't rap. I could, but I just don't want to rap. But it's like, oh, I understand the different archetypes of people. Like, you could see yourself in other people. Yeah. And so, like, once I saw that, I was like, well, if he could do that, I can do that. Right. So I just have to continue doing that. Yeah. Until I get to that level. So that's where I see it.
I'm interested. Do you feel like you bring people in with your journey, right? Do you feel like you bring people in to experience these different challenges with you? Like when you are looking at people who are similar to you or who have a similar mind, who think similarly. I think you mentioned you want to make sure you're around the right people, right? And you have the right peer mentorship, even that. Yeah. Do you feel like you bring them into some of the challenges that you're experiencing with you so that you guys can, experience that together and think through how does this come to light through our body of work? Or is that usually someplace you go alone, you go inward to discover and to put it into your body of work?
Well, you start off inward. Everything starts off with yourself. And I think a lot of people, you got to start off with all of the darkness because that's how you make light. Because you can't have light without dark. You can't have dark without light. It even says in the Bible in the beginning it was darkness. Right. So everything comes from the stuff that you don't want anybody to see all of the negativity that we see is negative, or the things that make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Or the things that just make you feel just like, man, I felt that so crazy.
Yeah.
So you got to go within to understand yourself first. And once you understand yourself, then you surround yourself with other people that do the same. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today without Rose, Creative Soul Studios, because I was literally in here every day, all day, working, like, just in here. I'd be asleep on the couch. I'd just be doing stuff.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, bro, you just be here? Like, yeah, I'll be cooking up stuff every day. Rose would be in here like, I got to use the computer today. It just be, so my computer might be out because my plug just short-circuited, so I can't use the computer, my laptop today, so I got to use the big computer. So you just got to know who you are on the inside, and a lot of people don't want to figure that out because it's a lot of searching. You got to look at yourself and be like, this is who I am. I'm this. I might necessarily not want to be some of these things. Yeah. But it is what it is, and I have to wear that badge. And a lot of people are scared to wear their badges out loud. They scars and trauma out loud, and it's like, it is what it is. I say some of the most heinous things out loud, and people laugh, and I'd be like,
it's just my life.
Yeah, like, I'm like, I don't want to think. Like, this is just how my mind works, y'all. And people think, like, why would you say that? Like, but they laughed. So there's got to be truth in what I just said, because it's 80 people in this room, and 75 of them just laughed. Yeah. So you got to do that and do your own soul searching and work on yourself before you can, spread your eagles and your eagles, your wings like an eagle and fly. That's what I mean to say.
Well, what would you say is the best way to discover your brilliance? By seeking inward, right? You say that first. What's the best way for I don't know, I keep doing this. Comedians. It's like I want to say 4 different words in one. What would you say to comedians, right? And what would you say to other creatives who are trying to figure out, what is my special power? What is my gift? What is my brilliance? And how do I discover that?
How do they discover their gift and brilliance? Besides, once you figure out, so God gave us all talents and gifts. It's the things that you can do that people come to you for, that just like you could just do in an instant. You're like, oh yeah, that's easy. Let me do this, or say this, or write this. Right. That's your gift. Yeah. And a lot of people kind of, I'm not gonna say a 9 to 5 is not helping nurture your gift, but a lot of times we get stuck in, and I need to have a 9 to 5 to get to my gift. But you were born with it. Right. So as long as you keep nurturing it, say you want to be a seamstress and you work at a store, and it pays you a lot of money. Like, are you willing to take a pay cut to go really work under someone's tutelage as a seamstress, and they teach you all these things in hopes to use your gift to make even more money because of the job you were probably working? It was a job, it was great, but you can do this gift and find a way to get paid even more, and now it doesn't seem like work. Yeah. Now you don't hate that you got to go to work today, every day, and you might be at a call center or something. Now you can be doing someone's garments that's a celebrity, or a company might want you to do a piece. So it's just really, I don't know. You got to do it with the fear, and understand that you might not be the most paid at the moment. You might not have the most money, but as long as you have the resources around you and the people around you, you can do whatever.
That's true.
And also, there's a testament to living in Atlanta too, because I'm not gonna lie to you. If I lived in another city, it would be very difficult doing the things that I do.
So it's important to find the place that's gonna grow.
Yes,
brilliance.
You have to find a place where it's a bunch of soil where you can, like, it's open to you to just go and just do stuff. You got to be a child mentally to do this, because a lot of times, a lot of stuff that I do might not get paid for it. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. But that 10% I get paid for, it might be way more than that 90% that I haven't been getting paid for. Like, for example, like, I've been producing stuff when I met you guys at Community. I was doing that for a fraction of things, and I was like, wait a second. Yeah. I could do this for a living? Oh, yeah, I could do this. And then that's the 10%. Yeah. And so when the companies hit me up to do stuff, that's the 10%. I'm like, oh, I understand. Like, oh, I had to do all of these things and learn these skill sets to get to this 10%.
That's true.
So
I like that. I want to ask you one last question because something that reverberates from you too is you're extremely grounded, at least from a lot of our conversations. The more and more we talk, I always discover something new about you. But you seem to be so sure of this journey you're on. You seem to be grounded, and humble is a faster way of saying that. But what keeps you grounded when you are experiencing these really great experiences and opportunities with J. Cole and his team, Tyler Perry, and all of the great work, Kevin on stage? How do you stay Ferg or Dex?
It's whatever. At this point, it's just whatever. Oh man, how do I stay grounded? I think it's my friends and family, because they the people who put the battery in my back. Like, I remember when I was on my homeboy's couch. I lied. I was on my homeboy's blow-up mattress in his house, and he was FaceTiming somebody, and he was like, "Hey, this is my famous homeboy." I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? He talking about me? I'm like, bro, who? I'm broke. I got negative $22 in my account. How am I famous? And I had to flip it, and I actually sat down. This is why you have to have good friends. They and family. They actually sat. He like, bro, but it's okay. You are.
Yeah.
He's like, everybody that has slept on this blow-up mattress in my house has gone on to do great things.
Wow.
Shouts out to Westwood Pete. I kid you not. One of my homeboys in Atlanta he had a condo. I don't know what was magic about this condo, but everybody in Atlanta that did whatever would be there, from actors, from rappers to producers. And
can I come to the condo?
It's not there no more. We can't. We had to leave. But it was right down. It was in the middle. It was right off Peter Street. It was literally across those tracks at Peter Street, and the big condos across. And people have to tell you. They already see it in you. And they'll tell you about yourself, and you just have to listen.
Yeah.
And don't fight it.
Wow.
That's how you know. And your family will tell you. Like, my uncles tell me, like, nephew, this is what you all got to do. And I'll listen, and I'm like, okay, if all these people that know me intimately are telling me this, okay, I'm doing something right. So I just have to continue doing this.
Right.
You just have to make sure that those people have the right, mindset around you to show you, like, this is what you're doing and this is where you need to go. This is where you're going. You just have to keep going. So you just have to have, listen to those around you that are affluent or have sense. Sometimes you can have, you can get a word from a drunk uncle. And
that's true.
That's why I don't ever not, like, anybody that's on drugs, anything that's going through it, like, I don't ever look at them as less of a person. Yeah. Because I grew up with people that could say something to you and it'd be so profound, and then they'll skip away and then the drugs will kick in. And you'd be like, well, God, and they say in the Bible, God work in mysterious ways. And you'd be like, I got a word from a drunk person or a person on pills that's mentally crazy today. And you just gotta listen to it. It's just so. That's what I say. If you listen and you accept how you are with the good and the bad, you can do anything. Right, Ruckus?
Right, Ruckus? I feel like Ruckus was too quiet on this one.
He was actually snoring for about 5 minutes. I could hear him.
Yeah,
it was loud. It was that. I was like, he's gone.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Ferg, for sharing a large part of you. And I feel like there's so much more to you that everybody deserves to see. The world deserves to see comedians and all creatives experience these different emotions. And I appreciate this because I want to also ask the viewers out there, are you showing up for yourself and showing up for your healing? And when do you know when to stop and do that? Thank you so much for watching Behind the Creative, and I can't wait to see you on our next episode.